Good morning, everyone. It's Noah with the Center for Political Innovation, here to bring you your daily dose of revolutionary hope and optimism. And, as somebody who's lost a significant amount of weight, I've noticed that, certain people who have, they come across my social media who have done similar things. And they get on social media and they say something along the lines of, one thing I've noticed that's really messed with my head since the weight has come off is, people treat you so much differently. And it's like, did I not deserve that same treatment when I was heavier? And there's part of you that emotionally wants to attach yourself to that thinking. And I think it fails to recognize that, yes, it is mostly your physical body that has changed, but in the process of making that change in yourself, you've had to make a lot of changes to yourself mentally because you're overcoming an addiction to food. You're, teaching yourself discipline and you're holding yourself accountable. And of course, the process of making such a significant change to your body is also going to change your mind, and it's going to change the way that you interact with the world around you. And that's another possible explanation for the change in behavior beyond, oh, people are just shallow. And I think a similar thing happens a lot with people who become quote unquote leftists, quote unquote anti-imperialists. A lot of people who get anti-imperialist consciousness tend to view becoming an anti-imperialist as sort of a burden. I hear so much, how they think that life would be so much better if they could just forget all of the knowledge that they know, that they've learned about the reality of U.S. imperialism, if they could just forget, what they've learned about the history of the world and the role of revolutionaries in it, if they could no longer feel compelled to be a revolutionary, if they could no longer know that the anti-imperialists of the world are right and that U.S. imperialism is wrong, if they could go back to living biologically, then things would be so much better. But I think what they forget is that in the process of gaining that consciousness, they themselves have changed. And many of them weren't happy when they were living biologically. The process of becoming a revolutionary, of gaining this consciousness, is not only of, bettering yourself mentally, of studying these things in depth, but it's also of feeling compelled to join a movement, of getting comrades, of organizing with other people, learning to talk to people, developing yourself as a writer, as a speaker, learning to communicate these ideas. And this process makes you holistically a better person. Why would you want to go back to that unhappy person that you were, who didn't have community, who hadn't seen that truth? You can't change who you are. And you should have become a better person in the process of being a revolutionary, because the process of becoming a revolutionary is a process not only of changing the world, but of changing yourself. It's a process of self-discovery and self-improvement.